Ahoy, shipmates! What terrible weather we have today. See there in the distance, that is the Red Osprey.
Some sharp VTS, all copied, thank you.
And she's actually going to help the Hamble lifeboat. Hamble lifeboat should be just there in front of Red Osprey. There's a dinghy that's overturned, and the Red Osprey is going to shield the dinghy, shield the lifeboat, so they can try and sort it out. Because you can see it looks a bit choppy in the Solent. We have 5 departures today. It's a Super Saturday. The reason I've gone live early is because I've heard that Celebrity Apex might be going early. They're hoping to get away before the container ship passes by. There's the container ship down there in the Solent. There's the Hamble lifeboat, and see there's the Red Osprey just about. She'll go on the leeward side. The weather is not very pleasant today, so wind is from the west, and we are gusting somewhere in the region of 30 knots plus, so very unpleasant out there in the Solent. So what will happen is the Red Osprey is going to come on this side of the vessel of the Hamble lifeboat, and then as they're trying to rescue this vessel, it will create a bit of a shallow and calmer seas, making rescue easier.
Richard, 7 VTS, afternoon to you, Suresh. That is all copied, thank you, and clear to proceed. The Shield Hawk just passed the Hook inward bound. Currently in the Thorn Channel, the Red Osprey is just assisting the Hamble lifeboat recovering a small dinghy. Just be aware of that when you make the cow shot turnover.
That's all copied, Chris. Will do. Many thanks.
Yeah, looking very unpleasant there in the Solent.
Celebrity Apex VTS.
So yes, we've got Celebrity Apex on the radio now. I don't know if she's going to get away in time or not.
Yeah, VTS, the Celebrity Apex.
Celebrity Apex VTS, yeah, good afternoon again. I'm sure you can see there the action just about to start his swing. Question from the back desk, how long do you think before you'll be underway?
Yeah, I mean, just in discussions with Captain when we're getting to the end of our window of getting ahead of the container ship, so just stand by on that.
Yeah, no problem, thank you.
Oh, they're trying to push out from Celebrity Apex before the container ship comes past, otherwise they'll have to wait.
Red Jet 6 VTS, that's all copied, sir, thank you. The Red Osprey just assisting Hamble lifeboat by cow shot, recovering the dinghy. If you could just make sure you give them a wide berth over.
Unfortunately, we're not getting a view on Cow's Cow at the moment. It's off roving around. If you look on the map, you can see the Red Osprey. There you go. The Red Osprey's made on the leeward side of the Cow's Hamble lifeboat. So she'll just be hanging around here, causing a shelter from the wind, which is coming from the west, gusting to over 30 knots, and making quite unpleasant sea conditions there. In fact, you can see it's just in the centre of the screen there. There is Iona, and I was going to show you one of the other ships.
Southampton VTS, Celebrity Apex.
There you go. There's the Oceania.
Celebrity Apex VTS.
Yeah, afternoon again. Yeah, the opportunity to get ahead has passed, so we're going to wait till the container ship passes those.
Celebrity Apex VTS, that is all copied, thank you.
They've missed that window of opportunity. They were hoping to get out before the container ship passed. It appears that they failed. Yes, not very good conditions today, shipmates, that's for sure. We can see the Iona, and we can see the Oceania. Oh, there's Southampton Patrol busting out. Then you can see the Oceania Insignia. Netley Cam's pointing over that way. Let's get some of these cameras pointing in the right direction, shall we? Let's see. Oh, maybe we can pick up the Red Osprey on Cow's Cam. There we go. This is the red. There's the red osprey. She's just there. She's sheltering the Hamble lifeboat on the other side, which unfortunately we can't see. Bit of a shame, but that's what she's doing. You'd have an interesting view if you were on board Red Osprey. Oh, she's turning around now. Maybe she's finished. Maybe they've rescued the dinghy. Apparently a dinghy had upturned. And Red Osprey offered to go and assist. Yeah, frightful weather today. Absolutely frightful. Like a typical weekend away on a caravan. Oh, there you go. It looks like one there. Is that the lifeboat? Just there at the end. Or is that the dinghy? Oh, I think that might be the lifeboat. Or it might be both. It might be the lifeboat and the dinghy. It's a red jet slicing through the water. Oh, gosh, look at that rolling around. You'd have to hold on to your rum-based cocktail on the red jet, that's for sure. There's the Southampton patrol buzzing down the water. I wonder if Southampton patrol's going to have a look at this dinghy rescue. Yes, I would not be wanting to do my pub crawl by boat today. Certainly not the weather for it. I was hoping the Red Celebrity Apex might be going the other way past the Needles, but she's heading off to the fields, so she's not likely to go past the Needles. She's the only ship previous years that's gone past the Needles. Well, there's shipmate Claire Westman says, currently in Cherbourg, going to be a bumpy trip home, I bet. I bet, shipmate, if you're going across the channel today, it looks like it's going to be a bumpy one. Even bumpy in the Solent here, so that's not a good sign for going further afield. Just checking on the container ship. I just want the visibility. What's the visibility like? Visibility is currently 12.4 nautical miles. Yeah, it's not brilliant. So there is that container ship at the far end. Not that one. Move it across a bit. There we go. That's the container ship. The Celebrity Apex was hoping to nip out in front, but apparently she didn't get things together in time. Looks like another rib there. I don't think that's the Hamble lifeboat. I think the Hamble lifeboat's orange. In fact, the Hamble lifeboat went past me when I was on my boat crawl. There you can see there's the Red Osprey helping the Hamble lifeboat. That's the Hamble lifeboat. I don't know. I'm not sure who would be out on a small dinghy. It's not really the conditions for it today. The Red Osprey is keeping to the leeward side to give a bit of space and a bit of calm. There we go. Is that the dinghy there? Or is that? I can't quite work it out. That might be the dinghy there. Looks like maybe the Hamble lifeboat's connected up to the dinghy.
Hamble lifeboat, Pete.
Almost Hamble lifeboat on the radio again. You can even see the old Red Falcon there roly-polying around.
Hamble lifeboat, Pete, yes. Yeah, that's all copied, sir. We copied the incident on camera. Just got to say, what a cracking job, boys. Superb, that one.
Yeah, so it looks like the dinghy has been rescued.
VTS, Red Osprey, we will now proceed back to Cows.
Red Osprey VTS, that is all copied, and yeah, very many thanks for your assistance. Helped a lot by all accounts, and yeah, many thanks.
No problem at all.
Yeah, and that water there is quite tricky. If you had a capsized vessel that you were trying to tie up.
Red Falcon, Red Osprey, going to have to leave the north one to starboard, but I'll try and get back towards it if it helps. Thank you.
So that's the lifeboat just over there. I've noticed we have the Shield Hall coming up Southampton water. Not the best day to be out on Shield Hall for a trip. Very unpleasant in today's weather. I say absolutely windy, wet, and it's that thick drizzle. That thick drizzle that just clings onto everything. So whatever it is you're doing, the drizzle just gets into you. Umbrellas, everything will be useless. Imagine they're slowly towing the dinghy back to port. Back up the handle, maybe. There is the Shield Hall, slowly coming up Southampton water. Got the container ship that's just completed her swing, the Yantan Express, and then what she's passed, we will have the Celebrity Apex departing. So she will probably be departing more or less on time now. She was hoping to get to wait slightly early. And it's a Super Saturday today, so we do have 5 departures. Celebrity Apex, it will be away at 4 o'clock. Then a bit of a gap. Then we have the Oceania Insignia, P&O's Iona, and the Seven Seas Grandeur. So we have the mainstream P&O ship flanked by 2 high-end luxury ships. Bit of galley break because the last ship, the MSC Virtuo, is not until 10:30, and I'm not entirely sure why that's so late. That seems very late to me. There's the Southampton Patrol blasting down Southampton water. Shield Hall in the distance. I wonder if the Southampton Patrol is going to assist the lifeboat. Oh, the shipmates in the chat. So who's in the chat today? I was a little bit distracted by some rapids goings on. Who do we have in the chat? Oh, ahoy there, Deborah Speller. Ahoy there, Steve Reaper. And ahoy there, Lulu. Oh, Lulu says they are on the Virtuosa, and it says ABPs is not going until 10:30. Yes, that's right.
Southampton VTS, Insignia.
Insignia.
Insignia VTS.
There she is.
Good afternoon again, sir. Just to advise that we will require two tugs for our departure today.
2 tugs for Insignia.
Insignia VTS, that's all copied. You'll have to get your agent to book your towage. So we've got one in the system for you, but if you do require another one, your agent will have to book it over.
Okay, we'll contact the agent.
Insignia is going to require 2 tugs. Celebrity Apex hasn't mentioned anything about tugs. She doesn't have any tugs with her, so I don't know why. Yeah, there's no tugs on Celebrity Apex. It's odd. I don't quite know why. That's fine for Celebrity Apex, but not for the other ones. Very strange. Oh, it looks like the weather's coming in now. Visibility is decreasing. Yes, you know the weather's quite choppy when you see the red jets bouncing around. Normally they're as straight and flat as can be, but look at that. It's really getting a pounding over there. think you'd have a nice trip to the Isle of Wight today on a red jet. I think you might. Well, frankly, I quite enjoy a good old bumpy ride, but I know it's not for everyone. Yeah, there's some quite some reasonable seas there. Yeah, still gusting around 30 knots. Constant of 20 knots. 15 degrees centigrade, so it's reasonably mild out there. Shield Hall coming up Southampton water. So yeah, so shipmate Lulu, you're going to be in port until 10:30, shipmates. Quite late. I don't know quite why it's so late for the MSC Virtuosa. Should get some good shots here of the red jet bouncing around. Well, the shipmate Mrs. AEO, she's down in Ventnor, so it's very windy. She was talking about the beach huts earlier, looking a bit blowy. Or the Deborah Speller. Oh, we're there, Elizabeth G. Hello there, Claire Waterman. Oh, yes, that's right. She says she's currently in Cherbourg, going to returning this evening. Going to be quite a bumpy crossing. I think you're probably right. I imagine the English Channel is going to be quite bumpy today. Oh, hi there, shipmate John Truscott. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member. Make your way down to the galley, grab yourself a mug of grog, and make use of all the channel membership benefits like the Discord server and the VTS radio. Hello there, Georgina Stevenson. Hello there, UK Cool Guy Pete. Hello there, Chris Howard. I think I've got everyone. The chat does jump occasionally. I think I've got everyone. Oh, there, shipmate Dan Gold. It's Saxon IKEA watching a very soggy scene. Oh, yes, you'll have a good view from IKEA. Look how the wind is making the Red Osprey list there. Yes, you can see it bouncing around there through the water. Oh, Ex-Spanner Hades is saying that the wind at the nab is currently gusting to 55 knots. Plenty of tide, though. Yes, today would not be the day to do the pub crawl by boat. So that is the Yangmin Express. Was that the Yangmin Express? Oh, no, the Yantan Express. The Yantan Express, once she passes Celebrity Apex, I think Celebrity Apex will be on the move. Although Celebrity Apex doesn't have any tugs, which seems to be odd. There's the Shield Hall coming up Southampton water. Oh, there's shipmate Sue Hawks. There's Georgina Stevenson says, sick bags at the ready. Could be. It's got that definite feel to it. Yeah, it's not often you see the ferries moving around quite so much. The shipmate Dan Gore says, is Mayflower Park open? Yes, most of it's open. The Seaworks taking up the majority of it, so you can't get quite right to the end. But you can get into some of it, if that makes sense. You can't get to the corner where it's good for ship spotting. There's the red jet. Yeah, it's not a day to be out sailing today, I don't think. Shipmate Elizabeth Eastwood. Oh, she did enjoy the tour of the Red Falcon. Yeah, good to see they watch Ferry Cam. Yes, they watch Ferry Cam. It's important for them. They watch Ferry Cam on the Red Falcon to make sure if they need to put on their wet weather gear on when they're coming back into port. Yes, if you are a member of the channel or a subscriber or on the Discord server, the link to the behind the scenes Red Falcon tour is there, and I shall release that in a while. So it took me a little while. I had to edit up, and then I had to get approval of the captain himself, Captain Rob, to release that. And that is now for members and supporters of the channel. Yeah, that's quite hard work. Quite hard going there for Red Osprey.
BTS, Red Jet 6, Northwest Netley, and permission to carry on at speed and caution, please.
Red Jet 6 BTS all copied and clear to proceed. The Yanchin Express just past 105 out.
All received, thank you.
Yeah, the Yantain Express getting close to Celebrity Apex. Shipmate Simon Busty says, very interesting video on Red Falcon. Looks a bit rough today, though. Oh, it does indeed. Good, glad you liked the video on Red Falcon. I will release that more generally. I am working on my... Oh, gosh, that's really getting some wave action there, isn't it? Look at that. It's hitting the bow doors. That will be quite bumpy on board Red Osprey. Yes, I'm sure the car... Elizabeth Leaborn says the car alarms are going off. I'm sure they are. It doesn't take much to send the car alarms off. I would imagine there's a lot of car alarms going off. Well, shipmate Deborah Speller says the first for me seeing it so rough. Yeah, it's not often so rough, but it is very windy today. And that's a typical cause of rough weather. Rough conditions in the sun. The Solent can get very choppy. If you're a sailor in the area using the Solent, you certainly know that how rough the Solent can get. It can be quite calm elsewhere, and all of a sudden the Solent's like a washing bowl. Choppy, choppy, choppy.
Red Falcon BTS all copied, thank you.
There's the Yantain Express. Yes, that's quite rough. And I did behind-the-scenes tour on Red Falcon. It was a lovely, smooth day. Barely noticed any movement in the ship at all.
Southampton VTS, Celebrity Apex.
Ah, Celebrity Apex on the radio.
Celebrity Apex VTS.
Yeah, that's us just lifting off now.
Oh, she's very keen.
Celebrity Apex VTS, that is all copied, thank you.
Yep, so Celebrity Apex is on the way. With tug assistance.
Michelle VTS, that's all copied, thank you. Good afternoon to you. Have a good watch and safe passage.
Bit of tug assistance from Lomax here, pushing hard on the stern.
All received, sir, thank you.
Lomax will be assisting Iona next. Oh, the shipmate, the Devon... Was it the Devon... I can't quite see what you're... The Devon deck something. I can't quite read it. It doesn't show on my... It's shortened to the Devon deck. But yeah, well, the shipmate Devon deck, many thanks for your support there. And your kind donation. I may have to convert that into a warming beer later. It's certainly not cold beer weather. Well, the shipmate Deborah Speller says they had a rough crossing on the way to the Isle of Man and strapped down all the cars. So yes, you know that's not a good sign when you get on a ferry and the straps come out. Yes, that's a bad sign. Or a good sign, depending on what you like. I personally like a bit of roughness. Oh, you can see the wash coming from the Yantian. When the speed limit in port is 6 knots. But if the weather is a bit rough and a bit windy, you will find that I will often go a little bit faster, so they can. It's easier to control the vessel when the vessel's moving faster. Not much faster, but just a couple of knots. They'll often leave at 6 knots. Yantan's currently at 6.3 knots. Well, the shipmate Lee's. I'll ask where Iona's off to. I think she's off to the fields. I haven't. I've gone a little bit early live. I haven't quite looked at all of the schedules, but I suspect she's off to. She's either off to the fields or France and Spain. That's what she's doing at the moment. Doesn't do much else this time of year, but I suspect the fields. Excellent ship, mate. Keris from one of our spanners. Yes, she's going to the field.
Yanshan Express VTS, all copy, thank you. The Shield Hall is at the Hound inward bound.
Yantin Express, Shield Hall.
Shield Hall, yeah, Express.
Yeah, afternoon, Jason. Just that you know, well aware of you. We'll present you with a strange aspect because we're very lee bound, but we'll be red to red.
Red to red. Okay, cheers for the call, man.
Yeah, he says he's very lee bound.
VTS, Lomax.
Lomax VTS.
Lomax, all clear of the Yantian Express. Just moving over to Ocean Dock, some maneuvering before the Iona.
Lomax VTS, that is all copy, thank you.
Yeah, so if we look on the map, for instance, you can see that normally that's the line that the vessels will be following in, but she's gone a bit leeward. So she's pointing the bow to the right because it's blowing, the wind's blowing from the west, it's blowing the ship across. So it's more sort of like travelling at a slight angle. And with that, the Celebrity Apex is on her way. Quick look on Itching Cam. Yeah, I might move a few cameras around.
Southampton VTS, Mercurius, finished with the Yantian Express and heading up to the Seven Seas Grandeur.
Seven Seas Grandeur.
Curious VTS, that is all copy, thank you.
Seven Seas Grandeur obviously needs a little bit of help as well.
Southampton VTS, Red Eagle, good afternoon.
Red Eagle VTS, good afternoon.
VTS, Red Eagle, yeah, just for your information, we are actually going to, we're going to come out of service for a round trip for 3 hours, just to do some testing on our aft main engine. With your permission, I will follow the large container ship out at slow speed and then test outside the greens.
Red Eagle VTS, that is all copied, and you're clear to proceed. Just be aware, Celebrity Apex, she's getting underway now from 101 outward bound.
That's all copied, Apex. Thank you.
Oh dear, some problems for problems with Red Eagle.
Okay, VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
So Red Eagle has problems potentially with one of her engines. Interesting, so we might keep an eye on her later. Here's the Celebrity Apex. Apparently needs no tugs for Celebrity Apex. The Seven Seas Grandeur needs a tug. The Oceania Insignia needs 2 tugs. And the Ion has also requested a tug as well. Well, the shipmate Tizzy C, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member of the channel. Make your way down to the galley. Grab yourself a mug of grog. Make use of the channel member benefits like the Discord server and the VTS radio. It's actually brightening up a little bit, I think, over on Netley. Look at that. The shield hall's looking quite clear now, clearly visible. 70 Apex definitely taking her time with the swing. I think that's probably why, due to those wind speeds, maybe that's why they took their time working out if they could get across before the container ship. Looks like the wind potentially is slowing down her sideways departure because she's more or less trying to push off directly into the wind. Celebrity Apex is off on a 14-day round trip to the Arctic Circle and the Norwegian fields. She departs Southampton today, then she calls in at Haugesund, Flam, Olden, Tromsø, then Honningsvåg, Mold, Ulsund, Gallinger, and then finally Zeebrugge in for Bruges, and then back to the Port of Southampton. So that's quite the trip there, with Honningsvåg being the furthest point north, I think, right up there at the top in the Arctic Circle. Hopefully weather conditions will be better. This time of year, it's going to be pretty much light, really late, isn't it? Still looking choppy in the Solent. A bit drizzly up at that end. Actually not bad down here for where Shieldhall is. That's poor little yacht there on the swing mooring. Look at that, he's bouncing around all over the place. I have the outside microphone on. I'm not going to imagine it's going to be picking up much today.
Southampton VTS, Mercurius.
And there's the sickly
Mercurius
ferry.
VTS.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, change of plans, sir. We're heading to the Insignia now.
Mercurius VTS, all copied, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, different tugs going to different locations. What you can see before you at the bottom of the screen, that is the the Seaworks, the commercial boat show, which starts next week. Hopefully the weather's better next week.
Lomax, Red Eagle.
I'm planning on going.
Red Eagle, Lomax.
Lomax, Red Eagle, good afternoon, sir. I'm heading out following the container ship. I can leave you down my port side if you wish.
Yeah, that's favourable. We're just cutting across to 44 berth slowly. We'll be standing by for this P&O departure.
Yeah, roger that. I'll overtake you, leave you down my port side, thanks.
All understood, thank you.
There's the container ship passing Dockhead. What did Raymond Morris? Hello, what did Laura Bacon? Ah, 70 Apex moving across. Yes, I'm hoping to get down to the Seaworks on, I think it's Tuesday. It needs to be a relatively good weather day because quite a few of the exhibits are outside.
VTS, Yanton Express. That's the job.
Tuesday, the weather is...
Yanton Express VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Tuesday, the weather is hit and miss. It was going to be really good when I looked the other day. Now it's going to be sunny, cloudy, potentially rainy.
VTS, Red Jet 6, short away from Town Quay for cars, please.
Red 6 VTS, that's all copied and cleared to proceed, thank you. Celebrity Apex, she's just swinging, middle swinging ground, outward bound. Got the Red Eagle departed from Royal Pier, she's outward bound. She'll be outside the greens doing an engine test. Yanton Express, Western Shelf out, and Shield Hall is approaching Northwest Netley inward bound.
So copied, thank you very much. 6
Oh, the shipmate Chizzy says, how many tugs do they have in Southampton? Oh, gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. And there's 3 at the end, plus you've got the tugs down at Forley, which would be another 4. Plus you've got the tugs, the wide tugs, which are another 5 or 6. So 7, I would say probably around about 13, 14 tugs, something like that. Oh, the shipmate Thomas Dean says, oh, Captain, you did a good job last year at the boat show. Excellent. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. But yeah, a lot of people mentioned they liked the commercial boat show, Seaworks boat show tour last year. I should do the same thing again. I shall go all the way around. It is really interesting. I had a really great tour of one of the tugs. It was a battery-operated tug, which was quite impressive. A battery-operated tug makes a lot of sense, so they don't really need to go very far, but they really enjoy the high power from the electric engines. And of course, they go out for an hour or a couple of hours.
VTS, afternoon, Suresh, that's all received, thank you. the Yanchin Express, which is at Western Shelf, outward bound, and Celebrity Express, Celebrity Apex. She's swinging in the middle, swinging round outward bound.
So the electric tug, because it's only working for a couple of hours at a time, then goes back to dock for another hour, means you can keep charging. So I think that's a good solution for the tugs. Excellent spanner. Apples says it's turned out nice again. Yes, it has turned out nice again. Well, if you fancy a trip on Celebrity Apex, this is one of the advantages of cruise ships. If you want to go and see like a solar eclipse, because this one's off to the Arctic Circle, so there'll be a different type of environment. But if you fancied a trip to see the solar eclipse, this is for August this year. Departs Southampton, calls in at Lexios, then Lisbon, then a day at sea, and then Palma de Mallorca, Barcelona, Ibiza, day at sea, Malaga, a couple of days at sea, La Coruña, Bilbao, and then Southern. I'm not quite sure which night the solar eclipse is. Well, the shipmate Helga Erasmus. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. There you go. There is the Shield Hall passing by the Yantin Express. Looks like the visibility is closing in on us.
Yeah, cheers, Mark.
Shipmate Apples has been going through 11 operational tugs.
Thank you. Look good from down there.
Have you included the Y tugs, though? That's the question there, Apples. So I think there's 5 or 6 Y tugs. Shipmate Thomas Dean's asking when the commercial boat show opens. I think it's Tuesday. I think it's open from Tuesday until Thursday. Lots of disappointed passengers there in their cars. They're expecting to get on the ferry just a minute ago, but the ferry has now gone off for a bit of testing. Problems with her stern engine, apparently. Ooh, weather is closing in. Might get a honk out of Celebrity Apex. I think she honks when she's straight up. Once she's finished her turn. Anyway, that's an interesting solar eclipse cruise, starting from 1,371 for an interior balcony, or a sunset veranda, or should that be an eclipse veranda, for 1,700. But if you're to trip to the fields, not quite the same. No, we don't want to look at Seven Seas grandeur. We'll carry away with them. Not quite the same. Only 7 nights to the fields, and that is for July of this year. Some of the same stops. That gives you an idea on pricing. In fact, there is the... There is the ferry off for a bit of testing. There shipmate Joshua says, when will Wing Cam be back, Apple? I was hoping to get Wing Cam back today, really, because today was because it's our first Super Saturday of the year. So I was hoping Wing Cam was going to be on board today. But unfortunately, the weather conditions were not suitable. It was pretty awful yesterday. There was so much wind on the microphone. It was terrible. But, that's just the way it goes. But no, he will be popping back in another couple of times. Paul's going to come back in as well. In fact, Paul may come in with his drone, and we might have a drone in the air at the same time. I've tried to get some people that can fly drones to stream to the channel as well. It's taken lots of people have...
Celebrity Apex, Shield Hall.
Yeah, Shield Hall, the Apex, afternoon now.
Hello, Mark. Intending to be north of Dockhead, but when we pass you, strange aspects where we will be red to red.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're just going ahead on the engines now.
Okay.
So again, strange aspects.
Yes, Southampton VTS, the Celebrity Apex, run complete, and we head way outward.
As you can see, she's sort of like
Celebrity Apex VTS, that is all copied, thank you. Shield Hall is at Western Shelfing. She's just waiting for you to pass, I believe.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, she's crabbing out. Like
VTS, Shield Hill, negative. We'll be north of Dockhead. We've just spoken to him.
Shield Hall VTS, that's all copied, thank you. North Dockhead, all copied, thank you.
Celebrity Apex leaving like a wonky shopping trolley, drifting through. That's the strong breeze from the west causing that. I don't suspect we're going to see many people with flags today. But yes, if anybody does fly a drone and would like to join me on a live stream and flying from Mayflower Park, so we've got a eye in the sky, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, I need to get some better audio from Wingman. I was hoping that something else would work, but it didn't work. So yeah, I'll need to improve the audio for Wingman when he's out and about. Never know, we might get some hoots and honks out of Shield Hall. She's very good at annoying the other vessels and getting them to honk. So far I haven't heard anything. The outside microphone is doing a passable job. Yeah, not actually too badly affected by the wind for some reason. I'm not quite sure what it is. When the wind direction is a certain wind direction, it really ruffles the microphone, and other times it does a splendid job. Looking very rough down here at Netley Cliff. Not the day to be out on your dinghy, that's for sure. Look at that. Good bit of swell coming in.
Mercurius, is Shield Hill.
Shield Hall. Curious.
Is that you just passing 38, Beth?
Yeah, we're just standing by this cruise ship, so we won't be coming any further.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just coming to Dockhead, so we're going to pass green to green?
Yeah, that's fine, green to green.
Okay.
Shield Hall coming up to the dockhead. What would I do? Should I get another camera on the go? Probably get cruise cam on the go next, shouldn't I, really? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, right, let's organise. Let's get the captain to organise himself. He's not very good at that sometimes. It's all these cameras and different ways of controlling them. I do need to simplify my workflow. I think that's what the creators say these days. Okay, itching. No, not itching cam. I want cruise cam. There we go. Let's see if we can get a view of Shield Hall on cruise cam. Might be able to see the various different steam-powered noise-making devices that are on the ship. The whistle and the whooper. Yes, might be quite interesting, guys. Excellent Spanner Carey said, almost disappointed that Ventura isn't here today for a classic lean. Yeah, Ventura would be certainly leaning today. That's going to be quite good.
Southampton VTS, Red Falcon, good afternoon.
It's going to be good watching the ships go through the choppy Solent.
Falcon VTS, good afternoon.
VTS, good afternoon, Red Falcon. Just past northwest Netley inbound. I've already reduced speed. I'm going to sit south of Dockhead and wait for the Celebrity Apex to go past. So yeah, that's my plan at the moment.
The Red Falcon VTS, that is all copied, thank you.
Yeah, we should be able to get a view. Let's have a quick look. I think we should see Shield Hall coming in shortly. Hopefully she's going to make some noises for us. Yeah, there she is. I thought she would do. Keep an eye on. If you see steam coming out to the top, that means she's making some whistly noises. I shall get ready on the outside microphone. In fact, I might put it on now. No, I shall wait. If you see any blast of steam or something out the top near the funnel, then that means he's honking. Shield Hall is, I think, she's the oldest steam-powered heritage vessel in the world. She still has lots of fish. She has 13 boilers on board. Well, the shipmate 80s Babe, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. It is 13 boilers on board. Takes her days to get them all heated up.
Yeah, cheers now. See you later.
Wondering if we're going to get some honks from Shield Hall. She's normally very good at having a little prod at all the bigger ships. Seems to be her speciality. Well, it's a little bit blowy on the outside microphone, but certainly picked up a few noises. Oh, the old whoop, whoop, whoop. I think that's my favourite one, the whoop. And then normally the cruise ship answers. Gives us a honk back. I don't know if she'll do any more. Sometimes she might. Sometimes she does it when she comes past ferry camp. Well there, Carl or Dish, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. But yes, it's not, outside with microphone's not working too badly. So it is a bit blowy. It's just very annoying that it is blowy. But there's not much we can do about that. Oh, I have, looks like Lomax. There is Lomax down there on the stern of Iona. Now we've got 2 more departures at 5 o'clock. The Oceania Insignia, Iona, and the Seven Seas Grandeur. That's Lomax there. Let's have a look on the map. Shall we see who's going on? Right, there's Lomax is actually a little bit further down. The camera's giving us a Lomax and Svitzer Mercurius. I think they might be there to assist with the Oceania Insignia next. It's frightful weather today. She makes frightful weather. Yeah, we can see. There's the Oceania Insignia. The Lomax tug down the bottom. I think Mercurius is in the distance. We've got the red Kestrel freight-only ferry. The red one, sort of bottom right of the screen. And to the left, P&O Iona. Shipmate Robert Fleming said, do we miss Apex numbers? No, I didn't hear any. I was told there was going to be some. That's the Red Eagle, I think it is. Red Eagle's just been out doing some testing. No, Red Falcon. That's Red Falcon. Which one was doing testing then? One of them was doing some testing. Might have been, I think it was the Red Eagle. Red Eagle's having some issues with her her stern engine. Oops, no. It's a bit sensitive etching cam. There we go. Raindrops on the cameras.
Jet 7 BTS, good afternoon again. That is all copied and cleared to proceed with caution. Thank you.
Southampton VTS, the Celebrity Apex.
For Celebrity Apex VTS, good afternoon again.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's us at Western Shelf, outbound.
Celebrity Apex VTS, all copied, thank you.
How about some numbers? I don't think I missed the numbers. Would be nice to get some numbers, please, Celebrity Apex. It's very busy out there today. We've got tugs, broken down ferries, lifeboats. It's been a very busy day today. It's not looking good. Visibility is not looking good down here on Netley Cam. I should try my best to see if I can zoom in a bit. See if it's all not too wobbly. Oh yeah, not too bad. Netley Cam is being a little slow today. Not the best of visibility, though. Shipmate Deborah Speller says, guess the roads are very busy in Southampton.
VTS, the Celebrity Apex.
Oh, now you got numbers. God, give us some numbers. I'm guessing busy.
Celebrity Apex VTS.
Yeah, absolutely again. Got the figures if you got a pen there.
Yes.
Apex VTS, all copied and good to go.
Yes, guess is 2850. Crew is 1309. That's a total of 4159 plus 1.
Celebrity Apex VTS, guess 2850. Crew 1309. That's a total of 4159 plus your good self.
Yeah, that's correct, over.
All copied, thank you.
There we go. So eventually we got the numbers for Celebrity Apex. 2,850 passengers on board. She has a maximum double occupancy of 2,918. So she's only sort of, 68 short of maximum double occupancy. And a crew complement of 1309. And according to my information, she's about 11 short of a full crew complement. So again, a very busy ship. I don't think we've had any ships leave lately that haven't had pretty much the maximum double occupancy, or somewhere between maximum double occupancy and maximum occupancy. All the ships seem very busy. Now, I don't think we're going to have too many waivers. I did see a comment earlier from someone. I was busy doing something, and I did see somebody say that they were in the bar drinking a rum-based cocktail rather than waving up on deck. I can't say I blame you, shipmates. It's not the weather for it. Just checking on the Iona's side. Nobody's up there on Iona's side.
Red Osprey VTS, that's all copy, thank you. The Yanshan Express passing SO outward bound is clear channel. She's followed by the Celebrity Apex. She's at Dean's Elbow outward bound and also clear channel.
I think that's the Red Eagle that's gone out for a bit of testing. So I'm not sure if the testing's been good or bad. Let's have a look. What speed is she doing? She is currently at 8.4 knots, 6 knots, 7 knots. And all the Red Falcon's already heading to the terminal. So she's either heading back and going to go back into service, or she's going to tie up for a while. Actually, no, she'll tie up for a while, because she said she'd be out of service for 3 hours. Well, there's shipmate Morgan Ordish. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You've chosen to subscribe on a purely horrendous weather day. We are experiencing weather gusting in the 30 knot range. Visibility down to 4 nautical miles. I don't think I need to tell you that. I think we can see it's down to a pretty poor visibility. That's terrible. Oh, no, look, I can see someone. There's somebody up on Iona. Brave souls wandering around. Maybe working up an appetite. Get a bit of fresh air into their lungs.
VTS Red Eagle.
Red Eagle. Red Eagle's back on the radio.
Red Eagle VTS.
VTS Red Eagle, afternoon again. Just for information, that's us almost complete with our trials here. We're going to proceed back into Southampton and proceed to Town Quay Seabath.
Red Eagle VTS, that is all copy, thank you.
Shipmate Andrew Tennant has got off a Virtuosa this morning. Went across the Bay of Biscay on Thursday. Was a tad lumpy. Got to Southampton this morning, and it was really lashing it down. Oh, you've had not the best weather for a cruise then, shipmate. Shipmate Robert is after better weather in 5 weeks' time for when they head off on Iona to the fields. Yeah, I'm not sure which way this weather's going. Why don't I get my handy-dandy weather map out? One of the spanners always reminds me that I've got this fantastic weather map that shows me wind conditions. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's put the wind on. Oh, yikes. Oh, crikey. Oh, wow. Yeah, right in the... Yeah, okay. Well, actually, it's just around here. So it's not so... In fact, the worst bit is, in fact, the English Channel. So I'll look at my weather map. So this dark red colour indicates winds in around the 40 knot plus region. So it's very windy here in the English Channel. All of these ships, let's try and think, where's this one going? This one's going to Norway, so you're probably going to have a bit of a rough crossing through the English Channel as you head on up. And I think probably Iona's going that way as well. So these same for Iona, be a bit rough for Iona. And where's the others going? I don't know where the Oceania is going, and the Seven Seas Grandeur or the MSC Virtuoso, but I can imagine all ships are going to have a bit of a rough crossing. But if I zoom out a bit, you can see Bay of Biscay, it's lovely. And all the way down to Tenerife, that's fine. And up to the fields is fine as well. It's all very gentle up there. It's just the English Channel, apparently, at the moment. That's the place that you don't really want to be. Turn the windage off. Windage is off. Celebrity Apex currently heading down Southampton water at 12.4 knots. She is recording a weather of 28 knots wind speed on board. Shipmate Dan Court says hoping that weather improves for departure on Queen Mary 2 on Wednesday to New York and back. Ooh. Yes, it looks like excellent spanner Carrots has given me some details here on the itineraries of these vessels. So the Seven Seas Grandeur is on a 10-night English Channel icons. Yeah, that's going to be choppy. The Oceania Insignia is headed to the Baltic. That means she's got to go through the English Channel. That's going to be choppy. And the MSC Virtuosa is off on a 21-night European cruise. And that's also going to be choppy as well. Generally choppy all round. Shipmate Loza says, have two friends on Iona, just warned about the channel wind. Yes, I would. It's going to be definitely a bit choppy this evening. Could be a bumpy night in bed this evening in your hammock. I don't think it quite requires being strapped in because the big ships don't feel the weather in quite the same way. Shipmate Claire's asking what site do I use to see what the sea conditions. I use one of the marine websites for tracking ships. I use My Ship Tracking. That's got quite good weather information, but there's also a couple of others. Marine Traffic, I think, also does it. I like the graphics on My Ship Tracking.
BTS, Southampton Express, Castlewood, opening channel east.
Yanshin Express VTS, that's all. Copy, thank you. Red Osprey VTS. Red Osprey VTS, that is all copied, thank you.
Well, the shipmate Nick Rees has any numbers for Apex? Yep, we've had some numbers for Apex. I can read them back to you. 2,850 passengers on board Celebrity Apex out of a maximum of 2,918 for double occupancy. So she's only, what is that, 68 short of maximum double occupancy and a complement of 1,309 crew, 11 short of a maximum crew complement. And she's headed off for a 14-day round trip to the fjords and the Arctic Circle, calling in at Haugesund in Norway, Flam in Norway, Olden in Norway, Tromsø in Norway, and then Honningsvåg, which I think is as far north as you go. So at this time of year, when it's quite light, 13th of June, it's probably going to be light to pretty much all night round. Then Mold in Norway, Ålesund in Norway, Garage in Norway, and then finally a stop in Bruges for Belgium.
VTS, the Insignia.
Oh, now we have the Insignia.
Insignia VTS.
There she is.
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, 38.9 for departure. Draft 5.85 out to the east main channel for Dunkirk. Got linesman on the quay now, so I'll come back to you once we're ready to single up. Be using the swinging ground off the ocean dock there.
Insignia VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
There's the Insignia, so she's got a couple of tugs there that are going to help her out. Oh, now the 70s Grandeur.
7Cs Grandeur VTS, because that's new to you.
She's in the
Hello, Chris. Yeah, we should be good at the station in 15 minutes. 7.25, St. Malo.
She's off across the channel.
7Cs Grandeur VTS, that's all copied, Jim, thank you. The Insignia just called in as well. She should be good for her departure shortly. Should be swinging off the ocean dock.
Yeah, okay, and the Iona?
Yeah, affirmative. Iona is 1,700. Insignia is looking at leaving them a bit earlier than 1,700.
Yeah, okay. So for the Margate, the
7-4. Mercurius, the Insignia. Channel 10, please.
Channel 10.
Arranging their communications with the tugs. I would show you Celebrity Apex. It's that slightly grey blob over there in the distance. Terrible conditions today. Anyway, the next away is the Oceania Insignia. She's heading across the channel. Let's have a look. What she's currently on, if I've got this right. Oh, yeah, no.
VTS ready.
Station calling VTS over.
Southampton VTS, Red Eagle.
Red Eagle VTS.
VTS, Red Eagle, yeah, as you're aware, we've finished our sea trial. We are going to put the ship alongside on 49 berth and just tie up for 2 hours until we pick up the 1900 sailing.
The Red Eagle VTS, and that is all copied, thank you.
There's the Red Eagle. Oh, sorry, so she doesn't have a problem. She's taking a gap in the shift. Come back on for the next sailing. She's going to tie up at 49 berth. Yes, the Oceania Insignia off on a 14-day one trip.
Lomax, Iona. We'll go Channel 8.
One-way trip to Helsinki.
Iona, Lomax, Channel 8.
All the cruise ships talking to their tugs now. I don't know which tugs we have on the 70s Grandeur. The Oceania Insignia has the Spitzer Mercurius and Iona has Lomax. I think the the Seven Seas Grandeur might have Spitzer Bargate. Yes, not a good day today. It looks like the Oceania was scheduled to head over to Bruges, but I think she's heading over to Dunkirk instead. I think there's problems with in Bruges. There was something, I think they were on strike, someone he said, which was causing the ships to delay. They couldn't pick up their pilots.
Insignia VTS. Insignia VTS, that's all copied and traffic clearance is approved at 1644, over.
Looks like the Insignia is going to shove off a little bit early now that the Red Eagle has passed. I think we'll end up with the Red Eagle blocking our view at some point, I suspect. Let's move across anyway and have a look. Let's see if we can see the plug on the stern of Oceania Insignia. Oceania is a premium cruise line, very much higher end cruises. I've been on a couple of open days for Oceania, and I must say I have enjoyed the lunches on there very much. Lovely 5-course lunches. There you go. There's the Oceania Insignia. I think the lines are in by the looks of it. Quite a bit smaller than what we used to. No, not Regent. No. 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 There we go. Oh, there you go. She is on the move. Looks like the tug there is just to the right of our screen. Can't really see the tug. It's behind the bridge of Red Kestrel. But look at that. I think the tug needs to pull back a bit more. Looks like the bow of Insignia has come away. Oceania Insignia, like I say, a high-end luxury cruise ship. As you can see there, gives you an idea of some pricing. 12 nights on board Oceania for May of next year for Legacy of the Windsors trip. That starts at $3,690 for an inside, £5,500 for a balcony. Built in 1998. She's 28 years old. Built at the cost of £150 million. 180 metres long. Quite a dinky little cruise ship, really. It's at a speed of 18 knots, which is unusual. Most of the cruise ships we see here in port have a speed somewhere around 22 knots. Some of them are 20, 21, some are 23. Occasional, I think, were 24, apart from Queen Mary 2, which does 30 knots. So 22 is a pretty average speed. So 18 knots is quite slow. She's 30,000 gross tons, so she's really quite small. I think she might be, I'm not sure what a red funnel ferry weighs, what the gross tonnage of a red funnel ferry is. She has a number of sister ships, the Azamara Journey, Azamara Quest, Azamara Pursuit, Azamara Onward. Also the Oceania Serena, Oceania Nautica, Oceania Aurelia, and Oceania Regatta.
Copy, thank you. The Yanshin Express approaching the Bourne Gap, outward bound to the east, clear channel. She's followed by the Celebrity Apex, also clear channel, passing Esso. The Insignia, she's getting underway now from 38.9 berth. Should be swinging just off the ocean dock. And the Seven Seas Grandeur will be the next one away. She's due away from 106. She should be good for a 1700 departure.
The container ship that we saw earlier that the Celebrity Apex was hoping to get in front of is heading around the Bramble Bank. Yes, on board Oceania Insignia. We'll have to find out the exact passenger numbers, but she has a maximum passenger capacity, double occupancy of 698 to 803. So, well, I suspect there'll be somewhere around about 600 passengers on board. My bet. Crew of 372. Well, there's shipmate Norman Forrest. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You join us on a particularly unpleasant weather day today. So that's a cruise on Insignia, Oceania Insignia. Wow. Now, this is a cruise, isn't it? The Crowning Jewels on Oceania Marina. I think I've been on Oceania Marina. 26 nights on board. That's for May of next year. Where does that go? Starts from Southampton. Returns to Southampton. Marvellous. Day at sea, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Lerwick in the Shetland Isles, Kirkwall in the Orkney Isles, Stornoway in the Isle of Lewis and Harris, Belfast, Dunlegan in the Southern Republic of Ireland, Cove in the Republic of Ireland, Falmouth in England.
Hi, VTS. Very good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Pilot board currently alongside 46 portside to Quay. Deepest drafts 8.7. Vessels out for Stavanger, and I will get the passenger and crew numbers when I have them. On schedule for a 1700 departure, hopefully.
Hi, VTS. That is all copied. Thank you. The Insignia, she's away now from 38.9. She'll be swinging just off the ocean dock between outward bound. Seven Seas Grandeur, she's called in now on 106 outward bound. Not underway at this time, but we'll let you know when she departs.
That's all copied. We'll give you a call once we're singled up. Thank you.
That is all copied. Thank you.
The Seven Seas Grandeur.
Southampton, BTS, the Celebrity Apex at Town Quay, outward bound.
With the Spitzer bar gate.
Celebrity Apex VTS, that's all received. Thank you.
Looks like their fenders there are floating around. They're dolphins. Just seems to be having a little bit of a turn there. That's the Oceania Insignia. So anyway, where did I get to with this itinerary? Oh, Falmouth, back to the port of Southampton, then day at sea, Skagen in Norway, Copenhagen in Denmark, day at sea, Stockholm in Sweden, Helsinki in Finland, Tallinn in Estonia, Riga in Latvia, Visby in Sweden, Wormwood in Germany, Aarhus in Denmark, and then back to the port of Southampton. That starts from 8,329 passengers. 8,329 pounds per person, or 10,800 for a veranda balcony. Oh, Red Eagle, what are you doing? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Blocking our view. Oh, look at that. Whizzing around ferry. Gosh, look, we've only got a tiny little cruise ship departing. Why couldn't you have done that when there was a bigger ship departing and it wouldn't matter so much? That looks like the Oceania Insignia is making a bit of forward movement here. Probably gain some control. Currently travelling at 3 knots. Maybe waiting for the Red Eagle to get out of the way, of course.
BTS, Red Jet 7. Good afternoon. Town Quay to Royal Pier. This one is running out of service now. And 2 sailings are cancelled.
Red Jet 7 BTS, that is all copied, Suresh, thank you. No traffic for you at this time, and it must be bad if you've cancelled it.
I'll copy it, Chris. Many thanks. Have a nice evening.
And you.
Also, it sounds like the Red Jet is cancelled as well. I think it's just a bit too unpleasant in the Solent at the moment. Yes, wind is still quite strong. Look, we're gusting between 20 and 27 knots. It was, as you saw on the camera earlier, it really was quite choppy. The Red Jet being tossed around there. We can see the tug, the Svitzer Mercurius there on the stern of the Oceania. She'll probably help pull it around. I don't know if Oceania Insignia is on Azipods. Now, in case you've thought that the cruise on Oceania Marina was quite expensive at $8,329, let me tell you, it does include wine and beer. Yeah, there's the container ship heading through the Solent. It does look quite choppy. That's quite a large container ship, and those waves are certainly giving, well, not the container ship an unpleasant ride, certainly give the smaller ferries a bumpy ride. No, it's 5 ships today. Our first Super Saturday of the weekend. Not very good weather for it. 70 Apex has departed. Oceania Signia is on her way. Iona and Seven Seas Grandeur next. Bit of a galley break. And then MSC Virtuosa at 10:30. I don't know why she's leaving quite so late. I don't know if it's because she was skipping a port or something. Well, the shipmate Bradley Barnes from San Diego, they said, water's rough. Yes, you admit the water is rough. It's very choppy out there today on the Solent. Yeah, look at that, those big waves. I would not want to be in a small vessel. This is not the weather to be in the tipsy tender trying to pub crawl. Although that would be a potential idea for the next pub crawl. I could add an additional stop of the Folly Inn on the River Medina in Cowes. Making it, I was going to say, almost international. Well, your shipmate Ethan RL, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. There's the Svitzer Mercurius tugging round the Oceania Marina. Also Oceania Insignia. Got the wrong ship. Oceania Marina is the advert. Shipmate Nicholas Source says we could do without any more road containers. Yes, we had a little spate last year of some of the smaller container ships losing containers overboard. And there was a continual notice to mariners warning about loose floating submerged container ships in the sort of Nab anchorage area. A couple of them washed up on the beaches down in Bognor.
BTS Shield Hall, roll past Montmonet.
Shield Hall, Southampton BTS, all received. Thank you very much.
Up, 70s Grandeur on the radio. See you off shortly.
70s Grandeur, Southampton VTS.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, well, we're ready to go if you're happy. Setting up. I've got some passenger crew numbers.
70s Grandeur, Southampton VTS. Yes, I'm ready for the crew and passengers numbers over.
Passengers is 708 through 546.
70s Grandeur, Southampton VTS. Can you repeat the passenger figure, please? You're broken.
708.
70s Grandeur, Southampton VTS received. You have permission to depart 106 berth. No immediate traffic to affect your vessel. Over.
Any word on the Iona? Is she going to station?
70s Grandeur, Southampton VTS. Information. The Iona has called in but not yet requested permission to depart. Over.
Okay, but she's making preparations. She's about going.
70s Grandeur, Southampton VTS. That's correct. Over.
Okay, yeah, break Iona, the 70s Grandeur.
Oh, yes.
Grandeur, Iona.
Can you blow it around?
Are you thinking about getting underway now? Yeah, Iona, this 70s Grandeur.
Grandeur, Iona.
Yeah, are you going to stations now?
Yeah, we absolutely, going to stations now.
Okay, lovely, okay. I just don't want to get swung in. All right, lovely, thank you.
Yeah, copy that. Well, yeah, it should be underway shortly, thank you.
So that's the 70s Grandeur has called in with passengers, 708 passengers on board, 546 crew. It's not this one we're looking at. This is the Oceania Insignia that seems to be being blown around, leaning all over the place, really struggling with those conditions here in port. As you can see, she really is crabbing out. So have a look at the map here. And you can see she's basically heading down Southampton water, quite an angle, trying to maintain dignity. Oh, you can see on the Netley cam she's leaning. 70s Grandeur just called in with 708 passengers on board. She has a maximum double occupancy of 754. She also called in with 546 crew, which is 4 over her maximum double occupancy. Now, shipmate Nicholas Walls, how many tons is Insignia? Insignia is not very big, 30,000 gross tons. So I don't know. Let me have a quick check. I think so to give you an idea, the Red Falcon ferry is 4,000 gross tons. So volumetrically quite a bit bigger. And the Red Falcon ferry is 100 metres long, whereas the 70s Grandeur is 180 metres long. So a bit bigger, but not massively bigger, not compared to some of the other ships we have in port, not like Avia or Iona. That's the Red Eagle that's currently out of service. The Red Jet is also out of service due to the weather conditions. The Celebrity Apex is now coming round Bramble Bay.
Red Osprey, Southampton VTS received traffic information. The Insignia at Hyde Knock outbound. The Iona on 46 berth portside to quay shortly away. And the 70s Grandeur on 106 starboard side to quay shortly away, also over.
Southampton VTS, Mercurius, finish with the Insignia and heading back to 45.
Mercurius, Southampton VTS received, thank you.
VTS, the Insignia.
Insignia, Southampton VTS.
Yeah, VTS, Insignia, just outbound. Got passenger crew ready.
Oh, yes, please.
Insignia, Southampton VTS, yes, ready for the figures.
So passengers. 393, 593, 392, total 98561.
Insignia, Southampton VTS, that's received, thank you. Traffic information, the red Jet 6 approaching Dean's Elbow inbound, and the red Osprey Hook Boy inbound, over.
So numbers there for the Oceania Insignia, 593 passengers on board. She has a maximum double occupancy of 698, so she's about 100 short of being doubly occupied.
Iona, Mercurius.
And she has, how many did she have? 392 crew on board, and that's 20 more than her maximum crew occupancy. As you can see, the luxury ships tend to be quite
BTS, Red Jet 6. Dean's Elbow in, outside the reds for the outbound cruise.
they could be quite quiet compared to the bigger ships.
Red Jet 6, Southampton VTS, received.
Lines coming in on Iona. She'll be ready to go shortly. And then we've got the Celebrity Apex in the Solent.
Iona, Southampton VTS.
Yeah, we're singled up here on 46, ready to sail. Do we have permission?
Iona, Southampton VTS, permission to depart 46 berth at 1703, over.
Full copy, thank you. Break. Mercurius, Iona, were you calling?
Yes, sir. Are you happy for us to come into 45, or should we hang back?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just hanging outside Ocean Dock, we'll obviously be backing out and swinging bow to starboard, so just keep clear, and once you see a safe way through, then you can make your way in.
Of course, no problem at all.
Thank you for that, much appreciated.
Yeah, there's the tug there, hoping to sneak back into home. They're based just in the behind the Iona. But lines coming in Iona. What's the weather doing? It's still really gusty. Maybe it's calmed down just a touch, but still really gusty. It's causing lots of problems for the vessels needing tugs and so on. As you can see over here in the Solent, looking very unpleasant. I don't think we'll have too many shipmates up on the top deck today. I do remember travelling on a cross-channel ferry and going out on deck, and it was fantastic, almost being blown away as a child. The experience you don't forget. Shipmate Steve Reaper says, no flags on Iona today? Well, I don't know. I'll have a little look. I'm somewhat sceptical that there'll be anyone brave enough to be out there with a flag. Although it could be, because you're on the leeward side here on Iona, it could be that there might be somebody up there. Maybe someone's put a flag out there and then run back inside. Let's have a quick scan, shall we, down the vessel? Just in case there's a brave shipmate there who's done the correct thing and flown their flag. Have a look. Oh, there is a few people out on their balconies. Is there anyone up on the top? No. Getting some real action here from, oh, look at those dramatic pictures there. The winds curling around the bow. All that spray blowing off into the distance. It'll be a busy day for all the shipmates on board tomorrow. They'll be busy wiping all the windows down. They'll be absolutely covered in sea salt. Yeah, it's quite choppy out there in the Solent. It's not for the small craft today. As you can see, Red Jet 7 has abandoned the next two sailings due to weather conditions. The Red Eagle is currently out of action, not due to weather conditions, but due to a potential engine problem. But she'll be back in again for the next sailing. Very choppy indeed. Right, let's have a look at Iona, see if there are any flags on the balconies. There are a few shipmates on the balconies. Being on the leeward side, I think it might be sheltered. Let's have a look. Any flags? No. What have we got about? Oh, hello. No, hello. My mistake. Oh, whoa. Somebody's done it. We've got a brave shipmate. Let's have a look. Is that a brave... Oh, look at that flag blow. Actually, it's windier than I thought. Now, is that a brave Scottish ship. No, that's dark black, isn't it? I think that's Cornish. Oh, the Cornish ship may be used to the wind and weather then. Actually, looks like Iona's moving. All lines must be in. Oh, we've got another ship right above. Got 2 flags. Oh, hello. Now, that's a tricky one. What's that then? Wow. Okay, no, that... Oh, blimey. It's not like Staffordshire or something, is it? Oh, hang on. It's not a Welsh flag. We're not... Oh, the shipmate's doing the whole hand action there. He's got his own little flags, his own little encore down there. What were the chances of 2 flags right in the same place? Well, bonus points for shipmates for braving the elements today. You definitely deserve yourselves rum-based cocktails when you get back into port, back into your cabin. Oh, this shipmate, though, look at that. See, now this shipmate with the Cornish flag has done a top job there. He's actually managed to secure it below and above, so he doesn't have to hold on to it, and it's not blowing up. Well done, shipmate. Oh, that's definitely next level shipmanship. Any idea what that flag is above it, though? That's my next question. I don't recognise that one at all. Good job, though. They've got little tiny hand flags as well. Hope when they go for dinner, they used to take their little flags with them and pop it into their dessert. I did that last year. I popped my little flag into my dessert. Fantastic job there, shipmates. Well done. Do we have anyone up on the top? No. Got the Red Eagle stool down here. No suggestions in the chat as to what that other flag might be. It's as close as I can get. I am on maximums. Oh no, there's a bit more zoom. Don't know if that helps. I think they must be on the channel. They've got little Union Jacks waving. Brilliant. Norfolk flag, says Sarah Fitzgerald. Top one is Norfolk. I don't think we've had a Norfolk one. I think that's definitely our first time for Norfolk. Well done, shipmates, there for having the Norfolk flag, because you are holding it all by hand, whereas our Cornish shipmate below is obviously used to winds, living in Cornwall. And he's found some way of fixing it properly. Norfolk, we got from Claire Westerman. Steve Reaper says, we're trying to find it. Norfolk, Martin says Norfolk. Yeah, Norfolk, I think, is general consensus. I definitely think that's the first time we've had Norfolk. Right, I better put that into my flag watch list as our first Norfolk flag experience. Well done, shipmates. I wasn't expecting any flags today with these conditions. Hold on, though. You might have a bumpy time in the channel heading up to the fields. Just about to see the tug there, these Fitz Lomax there, helping Iona out of dock. Not heard any haulage from Iona yet. Right, so what's the day today? It's the 6th of the 6th. Right, let's put that in Norfolk, put that into my flag list. I'm making sure I knock them all off. I think I missed one the other day. Norfolk. But I'm slowly knocking them off. I don't think we've had Norfolk before. Let's have a look. Norfolk. No, we've not had Norfolk. So I'm going to add that as the 6th of the 6th for Norfolk. And that's one more down. Well done, shipmates. Oh, did I have Cornwall for this year? No, didn't have Cornwall either this year. Oh, that's 2 for this year. How brilliant. Right, put Cornwall down as well. Cornwall as well. I'm only recording flags this year because I haven't recorded in previous years, so I thought I'll just do it this year. Let's see how many different flags we get this year. And that's Cornwall. I realise I can't see what I'm doing. I've turned the radio off. Hopefully they didn't give me any numbers when I've turned the radio off. I mean, that's a top job there with the Cornish flag. Top job with the Cornish flag. Our brave folk from Norfolk. They have come.
Hello, Southampton BTS received. Question, between which buoys will you enter the main channel? Over.
They've succumbed to the rain and wind and gone inside. Fair enough. I can't say I blame you, but our Cornish chap here, definitely we need to find out how he's managed that. I know from some previous shipmates who had a flag flying, they had some magnets,
Hello,
apparently.
Southampton BTS received. Traffic information, the Yantian Express approaching southeast, right middle, outbound. Over.
Yeah, there are surprisingly more shipmates than I thought there might have been out on their balconies.
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS. Additional traffic information, the Celebrity Apex approaching Norris Buoy, also outbound. Over.
No numbers yet for Iona, I don't think, unless I've missed them. I'm guessing you'll have somewhere in the region of, I would think, let's have a look. I'm thinking somewhere in the region of
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS.
5,000-ish, I would imagine. A 7 Seas Grandeur, she's also on the move.
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS.
Insignia is, Oceania Insignia is heading down Southampton water. She's currently at 12 knots. And the Celebrity Apex has gone around past Cowes, and she is at 13 knots. I think she can't see it. Yes, that's the choppy water here down the Solent at the moment.
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS. Question, are you taking a Portsmouth pilot? Over.
I'm wondering if Iona is probably going to have somewhere in the region of 5,400 passengers will be my guess. That's my guess. If you've got a guess how many passengers you think there might be on Iona, stick it in the chat.
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS received. Thank you.
Looks like the weather's cleared up just a touch here in port. Visibility's been going up and down all day. Big clouds of awful thick. It's that thick drizzle. That's that sort of thick drizzle that when you go outside, it doesn't look like it's raining, and you could carry an umbrella and it's totally useless because it just blows in from the left and right and soaks you before you've known it. That's the sort of weather we have today in port. In case you're wondering, the Iona is reversing out of the Ocean Terminal, 46 berth, with the assistance of Tug Lomax. There is Tug Lomax. When the wind speeds in port are over 20 knots, the ships often need tug assistance.
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS.
Help them control and turn around. Interested in the cruise? So this cruise, where does this cruise go? That's a good point. You might want to be interested to know which one. I'm pretty sure this one goes to the fields.
Sam, hello, Southampton VTS received. Joining the...
A lot of San Malo traffic. This is a 7-day round trip to the fields, calling in at Stavanger in Norway, Olden in Norway, Heliset in Norway, and then Haugesund in Norway. However, should you fancy some winter sun, there is a Caribbean Discovery for January of next year. Good time to get away when you've had enough of this weather that we're seeing today, which I know this is technically summer weather, but it can also be the same in the winter. Fancy a Caribbean Discovery? That's the 27th for the 4th of January 2027. 35 nights on board. A couple of days at sea, then Tenerife. 6 more days at sea, then St. Kitts. Then overnight in Bridgetown, Barbados. Then St. George's, Castries, St. Martin, St. John's. 6 days at sea, Gran Canaria, La Coruna. And then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Bit of winter sun for you, starting at 2,789. We've got plenty of guesses now for the number of passengers on board. Oh, I better put the radio back on. I haven't heard any horns from Iona. I think she's been busy concentrating on sorting out, getting out in this windy weather. Just having a quick look along the side of Iona, and surprisingly there's nobody in the hot tubs. Do you know what? I think this sort of weather might be quite nice to be in the hot tub. No one else would be in there with you. You'd be in there by yourself. As long as you've got one of those little cocktail umbrellas above your rum-based cocktail so that it's not being diluted by the rain, it'd be quite nice. Lomax on the pool. Well, Eva, have we had numbers yet? No, we haven't had numbers yet. We're guessing as to how many passengers there might be on board. I'm guessing 5,400. I don't know if I'm right or not. Hopefully we'll get an update. Still see our Cornish shipmate's flag. He's done a top job there of flying that. With the wind and the rain. Superb job. I wasn't expecting to see any flags today. Red Eagle is slightly out of service at the moment, just for the two crossings. Had some problems with that engine. The Red Jet has cancelled the next two crossings due to the weather conditions. Nicholas Hall's been doing some research. Says the St. Malo ferry is bigger than the Oceania Insignia. Yes, it's not very big. The Oceania Insignia or the Seven Seas Grandeur. They're both very small luxury cruise ships. Well, the shipmate UK Essex boy says, have I missed MSC? No, for some reason, MSC is not departing until 10:30 this evening. We are watching Iona depart at the moment. The Seven Seas Grandeur will be on our screens shortly. And then we'll have a bit of a galley break. In fact, we'll have a long galley break. We'll have enough galley break to have something to eat, do the washing up afterwards, and then watch a film. Oh, well, the shipmate Kaza from Isle of Man. It's an Isle of Man flag next, don't we? Well, there's shipmate Heditz. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Shipmate Margaret Bond says, yes, we're used to the wind and rain in Cornwall. It was blowing a hoolie last night. Hope they have a good trip. I thought so. It's always the way. Cornish people are made of stern stuff down there. Still have the Lomax on the stern of Iona. Iona is experiencing 20 knots of wind.
BTS, Red Osprey, just approaching northwest Netley in, reducing speed for the Iona.
Red Osprey, Southampton VTS, received, thank you.
And Seven Seas Grandeur looks like she's heading to the upper swing ground, I think. What I can see there. And the Oceania Insignia, she's heading down Southampton Water. I don't think she's quite on. Oh, yeah, she is. She's just about appearing above the beach huts down at Cowshot Spit. I don't imagine there's anyone down there today. Even if you're in your beach hut with your doors open, I think it would be very unpleasant with the wind whipping in. Now, I think Oceania Insignia might have a bit of a blowy time going around the Bramble Bank. Well, it'll be interesting to watch that. Keep an eye on that. Fancy a cruise to Spain and France with Stephen Mulhern on board with a new show, apparently. From 799 for an interior, and that is in August. Right around the school holidays. That's quite impressive, isn't it? And that calls in that day at sea in Bilbao, La Coruna in Spain, Vigo in Spain, and then Cherbourg. That's 7 nights on board. £800 for an interior, £11.29 for a balcony. Good value. Yes, I'll keep an eye on Oceania Insignia because I think she's probably the one that's likely to give us the most interesting views as she battles the choppy Solent at the moment. She's probably going to be blown all over the place because she did even in port when she was leaving just 20 minutes or so ago. She was definitely leaning a lot. Most impressive views. Seven Seas Grandeur, she's heading up to the upper swing ground. Yes, she is. And there's the Seven Seas Grandeur. She's up there. And she has the tug Spitzer Bargates giving her a hand. Well, shipmate Paul Weaver, I thought there were 6 ships in state. No, it's a 5-ship day today, see.
VTS, the Insignia.
It's just a super Saturday.
Insignia, Southampton VTS.
Yeah, VTS Insignia. Approaching the hook buoy now, outbound main channel to the east.
Insignia, Southampton VTS received. There is no reported inbound traffic to affect your vessel at this time, over.
Okay, thank you.
I say it's just a super Saturday, but this is the first super Saturday of the year. Possibly the worst weather we got this time of year for a super Saturday, which is slightly annoying. And I think there might be some super Saturdays where we actually have a cruise ship departing Portsmouth at the same time, so we could genuinely have 6 ships departing in the area. We've had a brave couple of flag wavers on Iona. That's probably all we're going to get. I don't think we're going to see any flag wavers on Seven Seas Grandeur. And by the time MSC Virtuosa goes past at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, it might be too dark. Let's have a quick look and see what Insignia's up to. There she is. Oh, yes, it's looking very choppy. I'll keep an eye. She's going to have a bit of a bumpy ride. Hold on to your champagne flutes all aboard the Oceania Insignia. Well, the shipmate Ash says we came off of Iona this morning, woke up around 1:30 a.m. as we came round a rocky Isle of Wight. Oh, yes, I bet it was rocky this morning. It was really windy last night. Yes, it's when the vessel starts turning left and right to go around the Isle of Wight, around Bramblebank and back up Southampton Water. Yeah, you'd probably really notice that because it'd be lurching quite a lot. If it's constantly moving one direction, it's not so bad. But if you change into the wind, then, of course, you get the effects of the wind on the vessel as well. So it will make it lean. Even a vessel the size of Iona still will lean with the wind. We'll come back to Insignia in a second once she's starting to battle the Solent. Just going around Cowshot Spit at the moment. She'll head towards us. Probably see her leaning quite a bit in the conditions. Well, there's shipmate Robert Farber. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Oceania, the Seven Seas. If I put you over there, I can move this to the Seven Seas. Let's see if we can see the Seven Seas. Seven Seas Grandeur at the other end of port. She's quite a small vessel. She might be obscured by the... she is rather obscured a little bit by the large tent. That is in Mayflower Park for Seaworks next week. There's the Seven Seas Grandeur. She's spinning around at the upper swing round. Have the Iona here. Looks like she's almost completed her swing. And then about to tackle the Solent is the Oceania Insignia. As you can see, there's some big waves down there, isn't there?
Security, security, security. All stations, all stations, all stations. This is Southampton BTS with a strong wind warning. Information, wind speeds within the Southampton BTS area are currently 41 knots, gusting to 53 knots from the southwest. Advice, all vessels anchored within the Southampton BTS area are to have their main engines and windlasses at immediate readiness and to maintain a good anchor watch. Vessels alongside within Southampton with offshore winds are to have their main engines, thrusters and winches at standby and to maintain a good lookout. Southampton BTS out.
Well, there you go, shipmates. If you heard that, it does sound very windy out there.
Yantian Express, Southampton BTS received using the Deepwater route. Traffic information, the San Malo passing St. Helens Buoy, inbound for Portsmouth. Over.
Yeah, winds gusting, what's that, 40 to 50 knots. That's quite windy. Might be a little unpleasant as they head round towards the nav anchorage, although it will be a following wind, so it should give them some, potentially some extra speed, give them a good shove through the water. Going to have a look on the bar on the top, the sky bar at the back of Iona, see if there's anyone on board. I can't imagine there is. No. Quick look on the sky. Oh, no, there's a couple of people up there. A couple of shipmates braving the elements. I suppose the wind's heading towards the bow, so you might be okay. Slightly sheltered there. Probably quicker bar service if no one else is out. There's the Oceania Insignia. Some adverts for the Oceania. There we go. Well, there's shipmate Keith Miracles. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Currently watching the Oceania Insignia as she heads around Cowshot Spit. Certainly got a bit of a lean on, hasn't she? It's a very small vessel. She'll be finding these conditions challenging, one would imagine. Yes, quite the lean there. Look at that. Ooh, that'll definitely be rum-based cocktails sliding all over the tables. Actually, no.
BTS, Lomax, all clear by Iona, returning to SO.
Lomax, Southampton BTS received, thank you.
Swung proceeding outwards.
Let me rephrase that. Probably more like champagne glasses sliding across the tables. Possibly the most lean we've seen on a vessel.
Station calling Southampton BTS, call again, please.
BTS, Seven Seas Grandeur, proceeding outwards.
Seven Seas Grandeur, Southampton BTS received traffic information. The Red Osprey will be shortly approaching inbound for Royal Pier. Over.
Okay, thank you.
It's definitely some lean there. We have the Iona passing Dockhead now. Weather not so good. Seven Seas Grandeur has completed the swing. She's heading towards us. Not had any numbers for Iona as yet. I was guessing at 5,400 passengers on board. I've had quite a few guesses from the other shipmates. We'll see how everyone gets on with their guesses. Yeah, she does have quite a lean on, doesn't she? She's heading sort of towards into the wind, so the wind's on her starboard side.
Southampton VTS, Iona, Western Southampton, main channel to the east.
Maybe some numbers.
Iona, Southampton VTS, received. There is no reported inbound traffic at this time. Over.
Oh, no numbers. Oh, it's a shame. Yes, if I look on the map, we can see the Oceania insignia. She is heading
Iona, Southampton VTS.
This direction. The wind's be
VTS, Iona,
exactly starboard side on.
Iona, Southampton VTS. So, question: are you able to provide the crew and passenger figures at this time? Over.
Aha, there we go. That's what we're after.
Yep, stand by.
Oh, don't stand by. I'm guessing I'm going with 5,400
VTS,
passengers.
Iona. If you're ready, then passengers 5509, crew 1668, total 7177 plus percent.
Iona, Southampton VTS. That's all received. Thank you very much.
It's the Seven Seas Grandeur heading this way. So there we go. We got numbers eventually for Iona. I guessed at 5,400. In fact, there was 5,509. She has a maximum double occupancy of 5,206 and a maximum occupancy of 6,264. So she's somewhere between maximum double occupancy and maximum occupancy. Oh, it looks like the Oceania insignia is a bit more stable now. I wonder if she'll get a bit of a lean as she heads around Bramblebank straight for our camera. Looking forward to that view. That could be a good view. Keeping an eye on Seven Seas Grandeur. She's sort of behind the Seaworks marquee tent at the moment, so we don't see much of her. To be honest, can't see much of Iona really either at the moment. She's behind. Well, she's just in poor visibility. We'll come back to Iona shortly. And how many crew did Iona have? 1668 crew, which is it's about 100 short of what I have down as a maximum complement. Definitely looking choppy. Shipmate Alan Britton, excellent spell. He was 1,000 out. Yeah, it's during the school holidays. It can be around for Iona. Her maximum occupancy can be around maximum 6,200. In between the school holidays, typically.
Southampton VTS. Good afternoon. This is the Red Falcon passing the Hook Point outbound.
Red Falcon, Southampton VTS received. There is no reported inbound traffic at this time. Over.
All copy, sir. Many thanks.
Yeah, it's typically around 5,200 maximum double occupancy. This if you're outside of school holidays, sometimes a little bit more.
Southampton VTS received. Thank you very much.
So that's the Oceania insignia. Heading around the Bramble Bank. And then we have the Seven Seas Grandeur on our screens. Got a good view of the Seven Seas Grandeur now. Seven Seas Grandeur, she is heading off on a 10-day round trip. English Channel, London to Southampton. It's very strange. It's not, they call Southampton London sometimes. Got against Saint-Malo in France, La Rochelle in France, Bordeaux in France, Saint-Jean-de-Luz in France, then Bilbao in Spain, La Coruña in Spain, and then back to the port of Southampton. That's on the Seven Seas Grandeur. Look, she's so small. She's hiding behind the Cuties restaurant there. Now, let's have a look. I've got some sample pricing for Seven Seas Grandeur. Yep. Seven Seas. There is a sample cruise on Seven Seas Grandeur. 10 nights. In fact, this cruise here, 10 nights. Prices starting from £11,849 per person for a penthouse suite and £18,309 per person for a grand suite. As you can see, quite a difference between the pricing on Seven Seas Grandeur and Iona. Very different. Seven Seas Grandeur, quite a bit smaller ship though. She is only 3 years old. She's 55,000 gross tons, 223 metres long. Maximum passenger capacity of 754 with double occupancy and 542 crew. Has a couple of sister ships, the Seven Seas Explorer and the Seven Seas Splendor. And that is the tug there that was assisting the departure of Seven Seas Grandeur, the Svitzer Bargate. I'll have to go back and see what Insignia is going to make of this turn here.
Seven Seas Grandeur, Southampton BTS. Answer, no, the nav is closed. No disembarking, over.
Okay, we're all going to be overcarried. Okay, lovely, thank you.
So that's an interesting update there. I don't know if you caught that. The pilotage in the nav is closed, so the pilots won't be getting off the ship. They will in fact be staying on board and getting off somewhere else. Interesting job for them.
Southampton BTS, Celebrity Apex.
Celebrity Apex, Southampton BTS.
Afternoon again, this is the port, outward bound, and be north and east of the Dam Tower.
Celebrity Apex, Southampton BTS, north and east of the tower. There is no reported inbound traffic to affect you with us at this time. Over.
Yeah, understood.
You can see the conditions there really throwing around the small vessel, the Insignia around. It's not a very large cruise ship. She's really feeling the brunt of that poor weather. The Seven Seas Grandeur, I think she's slightly bigger. She's 55,000 gross tons, whereas the Oceania Insignia is only 30,000 gross tons. So the Seven Seas Grandeur probably do a slightly better job. I mean, she's got a few more rows of cabins up there. It'll be interesting to see how Iona copes with it. I imagine she'll cope with it quite simply and amply, given her considerable size comparison between the two. You see those waves washing up, blowing about as the wind whips around the hull there. Look at that. It's really getting sploshy up the side. Seven Seas Grandeur now passing the ferry terminal with the Spitz Bargate. She assisted the departure. Iona heading down Southampton Water. Looks like it's cleared up a bit visibility-wise. We can see all the way down Southampton Water. Can't quite see the Isle of Wight there. That's that grey blob in the distance. Can't see anybody on their balconies on the Regent Seven Seas. What's the matter with them? Why aren't they out on their balconies? We had a couple of flags on Iona earlier. The Cornish flag and a Norfolk flag. First time for a Norfolk flag.
Yeah, 10 Express, the Subsea Apex.
And first time for a Cornish flag this year. I've reset the flag counter for this year.
Yeah, Town Express, Celebrity Apex. Yeah, afternoon, Jason. Are you using the outer nut buoys as well as deep water channel? Yeah, understood.
Yeah, it's actually looking a little brighter down at Netley. I'm just looking on Netley Cap. I'll just move it across. Yeah, it's looking a little brighter. It's been a funny weather day. It's moments of sunniness and brightness, and then moments of heavy drizzle. So there's the Iona. She's heading off to the fjords, as is typical for Iona. We'll see how she copes with the windy conditions around the Solent shortly.
Town Express, the Celebrity Apex. Yeah, Town Express, the Celebrity Apex.
Seven Seas Grandeur here. So she's off on a 10-day round trip. I've got the pricing for it here somewhere. She's off on, not this one, this one. This is where the Seven Seas Grandeur is off to today. Have a quick look through the rest of her itinerary. She's based in Southampton quite a bit, actually. Her next cruise is a 12-day British Isles Enchantment London to Southampton London trip. I like to use London a lot. It's basically the UK and a trip all the way to Tórshavn in the Faroe Islands, which I'd really like to go to. Then Stornoway, Lewis and Harris, and then Belfast and the Republic of Dublin. That one starts from £35,000 per person for 12 nights. And she's got some cruises up to Iceland. She's based in Iceland for a little while. Then she's up into the fjords for a while. And then the Baltics. And then it looks like in November she heads down to the Mediterranean, where she'll be based in Greece and Rome for a little while. And then later on in November she heads over to Miami. And she'll be in Miami all the winter, it looks like. People are coming back to Europe May next year, and she's going to be based in like Rome principally and Venice. We won't see her again after that, so she's in port here until what it looks like June. The last cruise will be in June, then we won't see her for a long time, so I better make a little film of her, I suppose. What are the current weather conditions? Has it abated? Maybe died a little bit, although I think the wind has picked up actually in the nav anchorage. Shipmate Babes Alicia wants to know the weather for tomorrow. She's boarding Arvia. I think it's better tomorrow. Let me check current conditions for tomorrow. Yes, should be not as windy tomorrow. It's just the wind has come in today. Today's the windy day, and then if you were leaving today, it might be quite unpleasant for you having to battle various sea conditions as you head out to Norway.
The Seven Seas Grandeur, that's Western Southampton.
The 7 Seas Grandeur, Southampton VTS received. There is no reported inbound traffic at this time. Over.
Okay, thank you.
Well, quite an exciting broadcast so far. We've had some terrible weather conditions. Had the Hamble lifeboat rescue someone with the assistance of Red Osprey. Red Eagle had to come out of service for a while she had doing some engine checks. And Red Jet 7 came out of service due to poor conditions in the Solent. We saw one of the Red Jets go through the Solent earlier, right at the beginning of the broadcast. Quite literally bouncing all over the place. It's been quite an unpleasant journey on board. Well, there's shipmate Jordan Garrett. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. We'll see how Iona handles Bramblebank turn shortly. Shipmate Nicholas Saw says she's now noticed that sick bags are now labelled hygiene bags. Well, I always got to change the name of something, haven't they? Well, the shipmate Matthew Bateman says, have all ships left apart from MSC? Yes, currently we're watching Iona. 7 Seas Grandeur is following. Oceania is Signia has already gone round Bramblebank. Celebrity Apex is already way out past the forts. The last and not least to go is the MSC Virtuosa, and she is not off until 10:30 for some reason. I don't quite know why it's so late. As you can see, visibility is not brilliant, is it? We can't really see much beyond. Oh, I think you can just make a vague outline of the Oceania insignia in the distance. I think I can. Or maybe I'm just imagining it. No, I think I can. Certainly, the ships have been battling the conditions in the Solent. That'd be interesting to see what Iona does. 7 Seas Grandeur is bigger than Oceania Insignia. Oceania Insignia was the smallest ship away this evening. I think she had the worst time. Starting to get very busy now in the port of Southampton. What have we got tomorrow, shipmates? We have 3 departures tomorrow. We have the Norwegian Sky at 4 o'clock, Avia at 5 o'clock, and Liberty of the Seas at 7 o'clock. Nothing on Monday. Tuesday, Ventura and Queen Anne at 4 o'clock. Wednesday, Arcadia and Queen Mary 2, 4 and 5. Then Friday, we've got 2, the Liberty of the Seas and the Oceania Marina. Saturday, just 3 next Saturday for some reason, the Iona, Sky Princess and Ventura. Sunday, just the 2, Liberty of the Seas and the Oceania Vista. But then Monday is actually 3 ships, the Aurora, the Ada Perla and the Mein Schiff 2. See if we can see Iona on Cow's Cap yet. Not quite beyond the beach huts. You can see visibility is not brilliant in the distance. Look at the size of those waves. There we go. There is Iona. Shipmate Babs Eliza has a county flag ready for tomorrow. Essex flag. Excellent. Would you like a county flag? I think we may have had Essex. We had Essex. No, we haven't had Essex this year, so you'll be the first Essex flag waver this year. There is the Seven Seas Grandeur heading down Southampton water. Some decent rolling waves and white horses there in the Solent. Let's see if I can view the Seven Seas Grandeur on Netley Cam. Let's have a look. It's definitely looking brighter down in Netley. Well, I'm not suggesting it's weather you want to be out inside of. Yep, there's the Seven Seas Grandeur. You can see quite a bit smaller vessel than what we're used to here. Shipmate Daniel says he's put a transfer request into Svitzer to move to Southampton. That would be a good experience, so hoping that will get improved. Oh, well done, shipmate. Oh, we shall welcome you to the port of Southampton. Maybe you can get us on board one of the tugs and we can have a little look around. Just noticing the steam smoke from the chimney on Regent Seven Seas there is not really going very far, is it? It's being blown away from the ship off to the port side. Shipmate Daniel, he works on the tugs up in Tyne, on the Svitzer tugs up there. Well, this shipmate Jonathan Smith says, it's correct, she says, but Oceania is pronounced Oceania. Yes, I'm not sure. I had this debate. Some of the staff, a lot of people call it Oceania. And I've noticed that the staff tend to call it Oceania. So I don't know how it's pronounced. It goes one of two ways, as far as I can tell. But they certainly do call it Oceania, which is Oceania, isn't it, rather than Oceania, because there's not enough letters for that. I don't know. It's a peculiar thing, pronunciation. Let's see, shortly we'll see how the Iona handles this choppy conditions here in the Solent and the high wind speeds. Paul from Solent Ships Forges.
Iona VTS, good evening again. That's a copy, thank you.
Says the UK business development manager calls them Oceania. Yeah, see. Everyone pronounces it differently. I've got a friend who works for a bank, and the bank has not a particularly difficult to pronounce name, but you can pronounce it in a couple of different ways. And I've seen board members of the bank, all of them pronouncing it differently, so no one really seems to bother. Hi there, shipmate. Carol Nero Binison. Oh, that's quite a complicated one to read. Because they are on Avia tomorrow and will be testing the captain's flag knowledge. I shall look forward to that. I might do a bit of revision this evening. It's been a while since I've done flag revision. There's the Seven Seas Grandeur. Actually, the Southampton water's not looking too bad weather condition-wise. It's the Solent that's looking the worst, as you often find this if you're a pleasure craft operator here. You'll look out and you think, conditions aren't too bad. I'll take my little yacht out, and you'll go out and you'll end up hit the Solent, and all of a sudden you'll think, what on earth has gone on here? Conditions in the Solent can be quite a bit different to Southampton water. Shipmate, perhaps the light is on. Avia tomorrow. There's quite a few of you on Avia tomorrow. I think you'll be sailing away with better conditions than I am today.
Red Osprey departing Royal Cliff Cows.
Red Osprey, yes, that's all copy. Thank you, Seven Seas Grandeur. She's running down to Esso, outward bound. She is clear channel. I've also got the Iona just approaching the hook, outward bound, also clear channel.
All copy, thank you.
Hi there, shipmate Thomas Dean says, Captain, are you on tomorrow? Yes, I will be. I shall be on tomorrow.
VTS, Red Eagle, that's us going to shift from 49 berth to the running berth, pick up the 1900 as soon as the Osprey's sailed.
Red Eagle, VTS, all copied, thank you.
In case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcast to you live and direct from the Port of Southampton. And that's a mere, 2 hours and 2.5 hours into broadcast. So 200 and odd minutes, I would think. If you've got 200 minutes in the Captain's Banner Bingo, then you are the winner. Can actually see the Iona there in the distance, much larger ship than the Seven Seas Grandeur, but they don't look, these sort of distances look much different in size, do they? Actually, if we look at the reason some of these Regent Seven Seas cruises are so expensive, they are not cheap, I grant you that, but they do have a number of luxuries included. Unlimited shore excursions, exquisite dining on board for all specialty restaurants, unlimited beverages, fine wines, craft cocktails, specialty beers and coffees. Customizable in-suite minibar, replenished daily. I've been told that if you take 1 or 2 drinks quite often, they will just put more of those drinks in your cabin for you. 24-hour in-suite dining, unlimited Wi-Fi, valet, laundry service, prepaid gratuities, unlimited access to the spa facilities. 1 night pre-cruise hotel in concierge suites or higher, and a butler service in the penthouse suites and higher. So there you go, see. Your money does buy you something.
Ganshin Express VTS. Yanshin Express VTS, that's all covered, Jason. Thank you. I've got no reported inbound traffic for you or the master. Yanshin Express VTS, and we'll speak to you soon, Jason, and have a good watch and safe trip.
Excellent. But Alan Britton said, he's beginning to think I'd forgotten my banner. I hadn't. I remembered it a couple of times. But yes, it's been quite a busy day today, with 5 ships departing, even though we've only had 4 depart so far. But with the lifeboat and the weather and the ships going out of service, it's been quite an exciting broadcast today. See what the conditions are like for Iona as she heads around Cowshot Spit here. She should come straight for us, and then going around Bramblebank. Oh, the shipmate Miracle 007 says, does anyone know how deep the water is? Yes, it varies. It's different depths everywhere. But Southampton water is a deep water port, and it is kept navigable to a depth of 18 metres at any time of day, any tidal conditions, so that any vessel can approach it, if that answers your question. But the water does vary in depth quite a lot as you go around the Solent. I don't know if the water's not as choppy as it was earlier for Oceania Insignia, or if it's just the fact that the Iona is such a large ship by comparison, she doesn't notice the conditions as much. Although I think she's leaning. Notice there is a little sailing vessel there. They've been out for the day. Look at that. They've only got a small sail up at the front. Don't need a lot today. Very brave of them to get there in their oily wet weather gear.
Apex feature.
There's the Southampton patrol. Oh, that gives you no idea. Look at him bashing through the water. Oh, that'll be rough on board. I'd like to be on board that. That's my idea of having fun.
Liberty Apex feature, that is all copied. I've got no reported inbound traffic for the master or yourself. And have a good trip, Mark, and see you when you get back.
You can just about see Iona at the other side of Cowshot Spit. But yes, that makes such a difference. That's why a lot of people say they're worried about getting seasick when they go out for their first cruise. But the larger the ship, definitely, the less you feel the conditions. The small ships definitely bob and bounce around. The larger ships, however, don't do that in quite the same way. Although some people find that more disconcerting. Instead of large movements, they just generally wallow. I think some people don't get on with wallowing the motion very well. Shipmate Daniel loves a bit of rough sea. Yes, I do like a bit of rough sea myself. Always fun. Iona's off on a 7-day round trip to the fields. Likely going to have a bit of a rough passage through the English Channel, as that's very windy at the moment in the English Channel as she heads up to the fields. Hopefully the storm will have abated by the time she gets to the fields. She's calling in at Stavanger in Norway, Olden in Norway, Heliset in Norway, and Hogsund in Norway. And she's doing the fields all the way through the month of June, July, until August, beginning of August, where she pops off to France for a quick Spain and France cruise. She does that at the end of August as well. And in October for 14 days in October. Then principally in the month of November, she concentrates on Spain, Madeira and the Canary Islands for 14 nights until January, where she will head off on this cruise here, the Caribbean Discovery Cruise, for 35 nights. After that, she comes back and does lots of Northern European city escapes before returning to her typical Norwegian field schedule in April of next year. So if you fancy going on Iona but don't fancy going to the fields, you have some options. Yeah, it's definitely choppy in the Solent here. A couple of shipmates there looking for the Discord link. It's in your members' benefit. I can't really tell you where it is because I can't see it, unfortunately. But as you're a member of the channel, you should be able to click somewhere on your membership and it will give you the link, give you the benefits of the channel. One of them is the Discord server, and you click on that link and then that will send you to the Discord server. And if you don't have an account, it will ask you to create an account and so on and so forth. I'd probably better someone else who's...
VTS 7 Seas Grandeur, hook by outwards, main channel to the east.
Probably better if someone else can help you.
7 Seas Grandeur, VTS, that's all. Copy, thank you.
Because bizarrely, I'm not a member of my own channel, so I can't see what comes up. The weirdities of YouTube. Shipmate Paul Weaver says, yeah, what's a little ship like that going out? Whether exactly, yes, exactly. I do wonder. Unless they've started off somewhere else and it's been a longer passage and they just happen to get caught up in it. But yes, I do wonder why you'd be out really in conditions like that. I'm just not familiar with where the... Oh, there we go. 2 ships in one shot there. That's the 7 Seas Grandeur in the background. The Iona in the foreground for us. Definitely tell the water's jobby. You can see the wind whipping around the vessel and all the sea spray blowing around. Like I said earlier, it's going to make the shipmates on board's job a little harder next couple of days as they have to clean all the windows. They'll get really salty from the spray. That's one of the things you just don't notice when you're on board. If you get up early, you'll see the shipmates diligently cleaning and washing all the windows so that passengers on board get a clear view. Excellent. Spanner Carries here is giving you some instructions on how to get to your membership benefits. So on YouTube, on the web, click on your profile, top right, purchases and memberships, Solent Ships, manage membership, see perks, last perk on the right, Discord server, and plus link. Oh, thank you, shipmate. See, that's the bit I can't see because like I say, I'm not a member of my own channel, so I can't actually see what you have to do to get there. A couple of brave shipmates out on their balconies. Oh, and it's also supplied for the YouTube on your phone as well. Oh, that's brilliant. Yes, because I know it's annoying you. They work differently, don't they, on the phone, on the app. I'm surprised we've got a few brave shipmates out there on the decks. Oh, it looks like someone's flying a flag. Struggling, though, I would suggest. Oh, it looks like potentially a Norway flag. He's struggling to hold it up so that we can really see what it is. I think that's Norway. Shipmate Ali Kuma says, I have a cabin mate that cleans our balcony glass when we're on board, takes his window cleaning blade. Well, it's annoying, isn't it, when your balcony glass is messed up from sea spray? I can understand that. Shipmate James also said, looks like a Norwegian flag. I'm going with Norwegian, yeah. I'm assuming that's just a very patriotic cruiser and not a Norwegian person. Well, although maybe Norwegian people would like to go to Norway on a cruise. See your own country, I suppose. Well, the shipmate Miracle says, do ships go past the islands of Guernsey where I was born? Well, they sort of go past them in the English Channel, not really that close. They do have ships that stop off in Jersey and Guernsey occasionally, or as a couple of shipmates have said in the past, they've never actually got there because they always get cancelled because they're often a tender port where you have to go in by tender and the weather conditions aren't good enough, and so they always get cancelled from what I've been led to believe. Not a lot of people at the Sky Bar at the stern there. The Seven Seas Grandeur is just about to turn around Cowshot Spit. So once Iona goes past, we'll be able to watch the Seven Seas Grandeur, a smaller vessel. She'll probably have a slightly tougher time with these chopping conditions. Yes, Iona handling those rough conditions with ease compared to the Oceania Insignia earlier. It was slightly bumpy and blowy. Well, the shipmate Neil Jackson said, do we get numbers in the end? We did. I think it was 5,500 and something for Iona, just over 5,500, so slightly over double occupancy. We should see on screen next the Seven Seas Grandeur. There she is. Well, she's definitely leaning a bit more. Battling with those conditions in the Solent. As you can see, quite a bit more expensive for Seven Seas Grandeur. This is the cruise that she's on today. She's departing Southampton, calling at Saint Malo in France, a day at sea, La Rochelle in France, Bordeaux in France overnight, maybe a trip to a vineyard, Saint Jean de Luz in France, then Bilbao in Spain. So skirting round the Bay of Biscay. La Coruna in Spain, and then back to the Port of Southampton. That starts at 11,849. That's right, that's £12,000 per person for a penthouse suite, or about just over £18,000 per person for the Grand Suite. But of course, you do get a lot of things included for that price. Unlimited shore excursions, exquisite dining, including all specialty restaurants, unlimited beverages, fine wines, craft cocktails, specialty coffees and more. Customizable in-suite minibar, 24-hour in-suite dining, unlimited Wi-Fi, valet laundry service, prepaid gratuities, unlimited access to the spa facility, one night pre-cruise hotel in concierge suites or higher, and a butler service in penthouse suites and hires. There you go. Who says that you can't buy luxury? Yes, that is per person. So that's roughly, I'm thinking if I do some quick calculations, that's I think that's roughly quite expensive. That's my approximation on that one. Yes, definitely can see the conditions on the smaller vessel making some spray. course, if you don't fancy English Channel icons, but you fancy going on the Seven Seas Prestige in April of 2028, calls in La Rochelle in France, Bordeaux overnight as well, Saint-Jean-de-Luz, Bilbao, La Coruña in Spain, Brest in France, St. Petersport. There was somebody on asking earlier about stops in Guernsey. So there we go. There's a Guernsey stop for you, St. Petersport. Le Havre, day at sea, back to Port Southampton. And that is priced for 13 nights from just over £10,000 per person for a deluxe veranda, or just over £11,000 per person for a concierge suite. Shipmate James Dawson said that's about how much my boat cost. Yeah. Well, I can tell you now that my tipsy tender was nowhere near that expensive. My tipsy tender was a very inexpensive Facebook marketplace purchase.
Victoria of White, Iona, who you calling?
Victoria of White. Probably going to cross in the path. Yes. So,
yeah, that's perfect. Appreciate that. Thank you.
There's the Victoria of White, one of the ferries from Fishbourne to Portsmouth. And there's the other one, the St. Clair. So the St. Clair is probably going to go ahead without any problem. But Iona's here doing 16.5 knots. Victoria of White's doing 10 knots. So the two ships are going to get quite close together as they head towards Portsmouth. So I suspect the Victoria of White, I didn't hear that on the radio, she probably said something like, well, I'm just let the Iona pass. I suspect that's what will happen there. Or she may get ahead, don't know. Right, the question is, shipmates, do I stay live until 10:30 to MSC Virtuosa? I'm erring on the side of not, because I've actually been pretty busy lately. I'm not sure I'm going to be too wide awake at 10:30. So I think I may have to call this broadcast to a halt after we watch the Seven Seas Grandeur battle the choppy weather here in the Solent. It's going to be quite dark at 10:30 at night anyway, so I don't think we'll have a particularly good view of MSC Virtuosa. I can't remember which one it was. Some of the ships are quite poorly lit, and so at night time you don't really get much of a view of the ship. Shipmate James also said if he wins the lottery, Paul from Love Clues would be very busy. Yes, it would be a lot of cruises to book up, wouldn't there? Yes, definitely some big waves coming off the bow. The size of the vessel makes quite a difference. Well, the shipmate Merlin asking which ship tracker I use. Ah, yes, of course, I use my ship tracking. There are a number out there. Vessel Finder, Marine Traffic. I tend to change them depending on what the conditions are. At the moment, I like the graphics on my ship tracking. I'll put the link there in the chat. I would say if you click on a vessel, you often don't get a picture. They don't have as many pictures in their library on the vessels as Marine Traffic.
BTS red, it's free, okay.
Or Vessel Finder don't have as many pictures in their library. But I just prefer the colour of the graphics and the way it works. Marine Traffic sometimes is a real pain. Definitely a bit of a lean, isn't there? Look at all that spray misting around the front there. Shipmate Miracle says if they win the lottery, they'll be going back to live in Guernsey, where they were born, in St. Petersburg. There we go. You can probably arrive by cruise ship. I would arrive by Seven Seas, which was the one of the Seven Seas ships, wasn't it? Seven Seas Prestige. There you go, shipmate. Leave Southampton, go for a cruise, arrive back in St. Petersburg, and then you can be home That would be a way to arrive in pure, unbridled luxury. Well, shipmates, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I've decided I'm not going to remain on until 10:30 at night. It's a bit late. It'll going to be quite dark. I don't necessarily think we're going to see much. If we're lucky, some of the other spanners might be on the cameras following the MSC Virtuoso out. We're back again tomorrow for Avia. And in the meantime, I shall be editing up some of my new films. I've got my boat crawl film that is requiring a lot of editing, although hopefully it's turning out well. I released a couple this week. I did some propeller testing on the Tipsy tender to work out what engine was going to be best for my boat crawl. And I've released the behind-the-scenes tour of the Red Falcon. So if you're a member or supporter of the channel, you would have already had access to see those films. I will release them to the general public in the not too distant future. But I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, shipmates. If you are subscribed, many thanks for your support. And if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. It doesn't cost a penny. All you got to do is click on the button. And if you are a PayPal donor, a Patreon, a member of the channel, many thanks for your continued support. And of course, most of all, many thanks for the blue spanners that are excellent in the chat at picking up things that I, poor old Captain, misses. And for helping out on all the other live streams. So until next time, shipmates.
Red Falcon BTS, good evening to you. That is all copy, thank you. Just the 7 Seas Grand Today approaching the PC, outward bound to the east. No other traffic to affect you at this time.
Thank you.